G'day everybody, Blue here, welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3 and the Lower City. We have done a few bits and pieces in the previous episode. Obviously the highlight would have been just destroying the Steel Watcher Foundry rather, and doing a few bits and pieces here and there, coming back to the Society of Brilliance, I think they're called, and getting our reward from Omeluum. But at this stage, we're going to explore this area a little bit more, but I have actually forgotten that there is something that I still need to do back at Sorcerer's Sundries, and that is because there were those barriers that we couldn't get through to try and get to, I guess, some gear that was available in the tower. So I'm gonna see if we can come back here, and I'm gonna see if we can try and make that happen. I just don't know if I have the right people on me to do that. Yeah, we might need to bring Gale, or alternatively, I'm just taking a look at what we have here. The idea is we want to see invisibility. So I might actually grab Gale very quickly, because he'll be able to do that for free, obviously, so...
On my way. Maybe it'll bring us closer.
So who do we want to replace, though?
How can I help?
I think maybe he can take Will's spot, as much as I really love Booming Blade. Let's play around with Gale a little bit.
I could, but your entourage is full. Back in.
And before we forget, let's just quickly pop that on, and with Gale we can also just get his
Lovely day, this.
mage armor on. And... hang on. Does mage armor require you to have, like, clothing? Armor class to 13 plus its dexterity modifier. Okay.
What comes next?
What's the armor class on this piece of armor? 13. Okay, so it probably wouldn't give him the benefit.
No one's stopped me yet.
What about his own armor, actually? Come to think of it. Okay, so it is 10 here, so it would make sense for him to have mage armor on, but probably not for Holsin.
Indulge your curiosity.
Let's have a chat with Roland, actually.
Let me introduce myself. I am Roland, the new ruler of Ramazith's Tower. All deals and sales made under previous ownership will be honored. I hope you enjoy this curated selection of goods for all your magical needs.
Nice. I mean, that's a very good start. At least he's much more welcoming than the previous wizard. Pull a face at the projection. Roland, don't you recognize me?
Of course, you're a valued customer.
Okay, this seems like a standard response. Let's just check out if he sells anything different. No, still a whole bunch of scrolls. We could get Scroll of Invisibility, see Invisibility from here, maybe. I'm just trying to see... yeah, there is one there. Like, do I really need to spend my money on this? I mean, Gale has it, right? So, probably not. Let's pull a face.
I didn't quite catch that. What did you say?
Alright. Let's get going. So, yeah, we should be able to just go through the portal as usual. And then we jump back down. You know, I might fetch Will again later once we're done with this place, to be honest, because I kind of want to use Booming Blade. So, do I jump from here, or do I have to jump outside? Yeah, I can jump from here, so that's alright. Gale, let's get you to do some work for us. Okay, and then
Let's get going.
assuming everyone's going to follow properly, just need to jump.
At the ready.
And how do we get down there? I'm trying to remember. I think maybe there's a switch, isn't there? So that takes us to the vaults. Clean up. We don't want that. Below. This is the one. And before we even do that, though, let's pop see invisibility. And let's hope this actually works now. Because, yeah, that's something that I just didn't think of and didn't try in the previous time we were here thinking about how to get through. We may as well put it on blue. Oh, okay, it has to be on yourself. That's fine, that's fine. So let's lead with Gale in that case. Do a quick save here. Okay. Hang on. Did I ever see these levers? Okay, it's an Arcana check. Can I redo any of these? Ooh, okay. Right, okay. I'm very happy about that. Marco Heshkir. Marco Heshkir.
Most excellent.
I mean, if anyone's going to be using this, it would probably be Gale. Let's just take a look at it. Right. 2 to 9 damage, that's already an improvement. Arcane Enchantment, you gain a +1 bonus to spell save, DC, and spell attack rolls. I like that already. Arcane Battery, alleviate the arcane burden of spellcasting with the power of this staff. The next spell you cast doesn't cost a spell slot. Ooh. Does that mean that you can cast any number of your spell, or, well, not any number, but like whichever spell you have in your repertoire, regardless of level? Or is it limited? I'm thinking it's unlimited, therefore you can use this to just cast some of your most expensive spells. Expensive, I mean, your most difficult spells. You get what I'm trying to say. I mean, that sounds really good. And Kreshka's Favor. Imbue yourself with elemental energy sourced from draconic goddess Kareska. Okay. Is it basically just like mage armor, or maybe more like Armor of Agathis, just judging by the symbol? I mean, this is clearly better than what we've currently got, so yes, please. And it looks cooler too. So with that, does that mean Holson should be taking that other staff? He barely uses Thunderous Smite. Let me send this to Holson and we'll just compare. So he's getting necrotic damage from somewhere else, maybe another piece of equipment. The Cacophony has plus 1d4 thunder though, so it seems a little bit better. Though this is a +2 though, so... And it doesn't have spell save DC. I barely use Thunderous Smite, so I probably don't need that. I think I would rather we increase the chances of landing spells for Holson rather than, you know, just a little bit of extra damage, and it's physical damage at that, so I think it's probably a good replacement, but if it's not, you guys can let me know. And yeah, I'll tuck this away at camp. So very happy with that outcome, but we do still have one more, and I assume, you know, this could be difficult to get through, although we have a little bit of inspiration now. Yeah. Crossing my fingers. Hopefully we get this. Oh, yes. Okay, very lucky. What do we have here? Robe of the Weave. Arcane enchantment. +1 bonus to spell save DC and spell attack rolls. Weave Eater. Whenever the wearer succeeds a saving throw against a spell, they regain 1 to 6 hit points. +2 armor class. I mean, from an armor perspective, this is already much better. But we would have to give up Gregarious Caster, which I would say Gregarious Caster has been quite good for us. Every time we do cantrips with Gale, we are able to do it with quite a lot of damage, if it lands. Well liked and well fortified. At the beginning of the wearer's turn, the robe activates, granting them temporary hit points equal to their charisma modifier. Again, quite decent. But if we replace this, we get that +1 bonus to spell save DC. I'm a little confused, purely because we've got a lot of spell save DC, I assume, stacked on us. So there's +1 from the staff, +1 from the Fistbreaker helm. Do we have any more? No. But I mean, that's already +2 right there. Like, is it overkill to go with +3? I don't know. I feel like maybe we should go for it, despite us having to let go of Gregarious Caster. With any luck, we don't really need to use cantrips that much. I mean, but, you know, it would be good if we needed to cast any cantrips if we were using this. Potent Robe could go to someone else. I mean, I'm looking at Holson, but we've just respec'd him to make use of the Sporekeeper armor or clothing. Oh, hang on, this is light armor, so it does actually give him quite a bit of defense. And yeah, this actually brings his armor class up by a little bit, which is also good, right? +2. Yeah, let's go with this. I'll tuck this away back at camp, obviously. And yeah, I'm kind of happy that we came back here to try and get all this stuff. And thank you for the comments hinting at what I should really be doing. That completely went past me. Yeah, and then we just need to like hit the switch here. Yeah, brilliant. And then we're back. And how do we get back up to the top? I think we need to go through the vault, don't we? Because there's another portal. Yeah, let's hit that.
Cursed to put my hands on everything.
Go through the vault, and then once we're through, we should be able to continue our journey. And yeah, I'll keep Gale for the moment. Does everyone need to hit the button? One by one. I guess they do?
Let's move.
Okay.
Need to
Let's
find
go.
a way forward. Here goes nothing.
Okay, and now that we're out, we should be able to just portal our way to this spot here.
Breeze must be blowing inland today.
Brilliant. As long as everyone's together, that's the most important thing. And let's continue our journey. So we were about to sort of take a look at this area. I don't think we've been into this house before, so we may as well check it and see what we might be dealing with.
Oi! Stop a moment. Right. You look harmless enough. The commander keeps an open house, so you may pass.
Harmless enough. Thank you, noble sentinel.
I'm not a centipede. I'm a guard.
Check the mailbox. Hi Harper, I'm sorry to report that we've had no leads on the boys' parents. If they were indeed among the first taken by the cult, then their trail has long gone cold. It's a grim thought, but perhaps they were deemed unworthy of ascending and sent to serve the cult's purpose in some other way. I hope he's settling in there. It may well be he has nowhere else to go. And this is a Harper report. Okay. That sort of leads me to believe that we should be hanging out here with Jaheira, but that's alright. I don't want to dilly-dally too much about, you know, who I bring or rock Gale for a while. Apparently we can check all this stuff. Why not?
They shut the church Last Hope down.
And how did Telp see that? Through the bottom of her drinking mug?
She was stone cold sober. Herself. Steel Watch said they were only encouraging the refugees into
Letter to Rion. Or Ryan.
A warm meal and a
A letter stamped with the Harper's seal, Rion. We have also had no further word from the High Harper since she gathered her forces and struck out east. While her sending to you is certainly concerning, she made no such contact with us, and I cannot believe the Jaheira we know would fail to pass on all she knew if she truly believed the end was at hand. Your mother will be fine, she always is.
Where's the boy?
Pagisri High Harper of Cloakwood Chapter.
is upstairs.
I think we need to grab Jaheira, guys. So, let's do that. Yeah. Gale, it was fun.
Speak. You'll need to free up your rank.
Okay, and Long Strider for you.
Throw some cabbage on the list for the market, George.
Let's see what's going on in here.
I could just grow it myself. Even a lowly apprentice can manage that much.
What a surprise.
Oh, Mahler's mark in ambush.
Are we quite sure she hasn't actually died this time, brother? She looks dead.
Smells it too. Ooh.
It has been a hard road. But I can clip you both around the ear to prove I am no ghost. If it would help.
Forgive us, Mother. We're just surprised you still know how to find your way home.
Mother. That's one of the options. Jahira, are these your children?
She always brings the smartest people home, too.
Enough, Ryan. I taught you better manners than that.
No, you didn't.
A sending spell can carry 25 words. Do you know how many Jahira's only message contained? In all this time she's been away? 7.
When surrounded by the enemy, every word counts. Be grateful she sent anything at all.
If you are trying to help me, please stop.
The message went, I'm sorry, you know what to do.
So why haven't you done it? You were supposed to get the young ones out of the city.
And you were supposed to be dead. That's what your oh-so-stoic message meant, yes? Yet here you are. So, what happened out there?
I got my skin saved by this one. We've come to take the fight to the cult, which is exactly why you all cannot be here.
Why? You plan on winning, don't you? You're the one who saved us, so tell me, are we all doomed?
We're all going to die. The cult is powerful, so it's not going to be an easy fight.
So fight. That's what all you heroes and harpers are for, isn't it?
You are a very irritating girl.
This isn't your house, remember? You'll keep a civil tongue under our roof if we let you stay at all.
Have mercy, sister. She's old after all.
So old!
Seems I'm outvoted. See, Mother? That is how you go about talking things through with your family. Now, if there's more to discuss, then bloody well come in. And wipe your boots.
Damn. Someone's put her in her place. I thought Jahira was always quite nice though, but I guess this kind of implies that she runs a bit of a tight ship at home.
Nicely there, Floki. Good, strong roots.
Take their stuff. That explains why we're allowed to grab some of this stuff and just simply take it.
That might be worth a look.
Ooh. Okay, take a look. So, let me just break off from everyone because they're just driving me crazy moving around everywhere. And, yeah, I'm gonna have a chat with everyone, obviously. Oh, man. That is so cool. They've got, like, a massive tree as part of this home. I mean, I don't know about the logistics of it all, but... I mean, it makes sense, right? Like, she's a druid.
You three have been just guzzling the water recently.
So, I guess maybe if I had Jahira out here while we were chatting with Fig, maybe Fig would have recognized her. Anyway. Let's just take a look at this loose plank. Unsent sending. A short note marked up a professional sending, a magical message of up to 25 words, intended to find the recipient wherever they might be. This copy was never given over to a cleric for delivery. No, I don't know what to do, so come back and tell me, or I'll come find you. Death will not protect you, idiot. Man, they've got a bit of a rocky relationship, but... Jezem? Jezem?
A fine day to you, sir. Are you known to this court?
House Fluffington. I am not, but it's a pleasure to meet you.
Crude manners, but you speak well enough for a peasant.
Jessamine discovered an old family tree in my study. We haven't had a moment's peace since.
Tetherian nobility. You might be royalty, Jaheira. You don't want to be queen, of course, and Ryon curses too much, so it would have to be me.
Careful, girl. They have a habit of taking against tyrants there.
Huh. I'm not a tyrant. If anyone calls me one, I'll have Fig chop their head off.
Oh. Alright, it's Ryon, not Rion. Battle plans. A yellowed manual outlining stuffy combat forms. Fig has added her own embellishments and looping. Colorful drawings of her family members. One last entry stands out, an angry face in a perfect circle, shouting, "Go for the eyes." Alright, where's everyone else? Let's have a chat with Ryon.
No arguing. Just tell me you're well.
I am well.
And Minsk?
We're working on it.
You'll get him back. I owe him a kicking for showing Fig how to throw hatchets. So, this cult. What's our plan?
I'm not fool enough to think I can change your mind. But if you're staying, I don't want you taking up arms. There are other ways to fight.
Really? Like what?
There are refugees outside the walls. They'll need protection.
You shame me. In all our hunting, I had put them from my mind.
Right. Leave them to us then. If we can't get them past the checkpoints, we'll at least make sure they're watched over if it comes to fighting in the streets. If I have to stay home and babysit, then it's your job to make sure there's still a home to look after. Take what you need, and we'll do the grand reunion when you come back for good. So, lovely as it is to have you back, Mother. Go away. You have work to do.
Aye, aye, Commander. Wait, one more thing. There are doppelgangers on our trail. One even went so far as to steal my face.
Huh. All right then. If you turn up looking for hugs and kisses, I'll be sure to shoot first.
That's my girl.
Man, the dynamic between these two. Love it. And it's acted so well as well. Let's take all the stuff then.
Oh, come on, Ferdinand. I just trimmed you.
Jord?
I take no responsibility for your plants. You know I'm more of a mushroom man.
You've let my study turn into a thicket. Is this what I am hearing?
I tended to it. I just let it thrive in its own independence. You know, same way you raised us.
I raised you to be a sweet and kind boy. What happened?
I watched what you did instead of listening to what you said. This house has taken in a lot of children over the years. Mother dear was sometimes more commander than, well, mother dear.
Okay, that explains a lot. Plants need light to grow, but a little heat too.
I believe the phrase she preferred was, "The fouler the fertilizer, the fairer the flower."
So you do listen?
I've only ever seen her truly angry once. We were down the market when I was about 9 years old. Some merchant started in with the usual, "Yes, but where's your family? Whose son are you, really?" When Mother was done with him, well, let's say he won't have any sons of his own to worry about.
Oh my god.
Nature's law in action.
Man, I love learning about Jaheira. This is awesome. Let's see, what's going on in here? Pin slot? Decoded
Coming along
field
nicely
report.
there, Floki. Good, strong roots.
A meandering letter from a traveler to her family back home. The main text is marred with scratches and corrections, a code translated in a firm hand down. High Harper, movement in the Shadowlands confirmed. Absolute cultists pass where the shadows are deepest. No clue as to how, and no means to follow. Lights spied in Moonrise Towers from afar, and great movement of forces through the dark. They are gathering an army. Bring more Harpers. Bring means of making light quickly. So I guess this is maybe a letter that Jaheira received before she herself set out to go to Wraithwin, if I'm not mistaken it's called. Final warning. A missive printed beneath the burning emblem of the Flaming Fist. Deep quill slashes indicate a certain level of irritation on the part of the writer. Residents of Elarathan House, I will remind you once again that the guardianship of the lower city falls exclusively to the Flaming Fist, with additional support from the New Steel Watch. We do not require the assistance of any private citizens in the settling of street disputes, no matter how extreme those citizens deem the Watch's response to be. Jord, we've been happy to overlook your mother's association with a certain illegal organization due to your family's service to the city. Do not make us regret it. Ryan, if you're so keen to bust a few skulls, then you are welcome to re-enlist. Signed, Manip Regis, Bloomridge Garrison.
Would you like a book? I can have Jessamine drop
Baldur's Mouth, a clipping from it.
read it with you.
A faded cutting from the city's circular Baldur's Mouth. Beloved Ranger bewitched. Citizens of the city were stunned to find a local landmark absent when the sun rose over the wide this morning. The beloved Ranger, a statue dedicated to a hero of the city, was removed from its perch overnight with reports of a struggle and sounds of battle during the dark hours. The City Watch had no comment to add, but the market square told a clear tale of smashed cobblestones, scorched tiling, and blood-speckled stalls. Whatever force wrested the Ranger from his perch, he did not go quietly. So it must be a statue of Minsk, I'm guessing?
Coming along nicely there, Floki. Good, strong roots.
Oh. Need to insert something here. Jaheira? Can you enlighten us? Or perhaps maybe not. She doesn't say anything. Disappearances in the city. Whoops. No, let's just read it. Hi Harper. It seems our last reports were over hasty. Our investigations into the recent spate of disappearances across the city have led to the re-emergence of the subjects in almost every case. We're chasing down those last few and following up the rumors of strange shadows in the night. In the sky at night. Perhaps we can hope it's just a case of some overactive imaginations. Beneath the report notes in another hand, takeover. No coincidences, absences connected, and why return now? Oh, probably doppelgangers. Correspondence from Theodore Thistlewhistle. Jaheira. I will, of course, be happy to look in on the children in your absence. Though I'd remind you that Ryan and Jord are now twice my height and all too happy to remind me of it. Whatever business you're off on, take care. If the children take into their heads to go herring off to help, I won't be able to stop them, nor will I try to. Theodore. Yeah, I like how closely knit they are. That's very nice to see. Alright, so let's just check what's going on upstairs.
Bad soil?
Let's take the silver, because we'll need the money. The Forgotten Forest.
You don't need to watch the door, you know. No one's getting in.
A dark children's picture book featuring a host of animal friends helping one another survive a forbidding forest. At just the moments where it seems the villains have the advantage, a childish hand has drawn a cranky old elven woman beating them about the head with a stick. Okay, probably Jaheira. Let's go in here. Tate.
I hope you were hibernating, little cub. I can't think of another reason you wouldn't come down to say hello.
Jaheira! I didn't want to see if you were really dead. They said...
Who said?
Jord and Ryan. They didn't think I could hear.
You little sneak thief? Well, they were wrong. Look! Not dead. I just... had a few adventures. Like,
We broke the curse that had gripped Moonrise Towers for a century.
Moonrise? Like the place from your stories, Jaheira?
The very same. We can give that one a happy ending after all. Now, cub, solitude is a wonderful thing, but not too much. Come downstairs and fight with your sisters.
Wait. Here. I was... keeping this safe.
My Harper pin. Oh, was a certain little sneak thief playing down in my sanctuary?
No.
Opens more doors than most.
Harp-shaped pin.
Come down to my study and see if you can figure it out.
Okay, so that's what goes in there. Yes. Have we ever seen these Harper pins before? I feel like we've probably seen other types of pins in various situations. I just didn't really realize that perhaps maybe they could be keys. Jessam's Journal. A stunningly rendered doodle of a young elven girl sitting on a throne. Faint razor marks indicate that her crown got more jeweled and elaborate with every iteration. Queen Jessam I of Tether, ruling over the lands of... Look up Tether. It's fancier clothing here. I will take all of it because it does give us a bit of gold when we do end up selling stuff. Alright, and we may as well take some of this stuff as well. Okay. Well, I think it's time to go. That was really good, you know, distraction, should we say? Coming here, learning about Jaheira.
Good, strong.
Transcribed sending. I'm sorry, you know what to do. Okay, so that's the message that Jaheira sent. Dwarven taxonomy. This species taxonomy by Reginald Cultural Eavesdropper Wiley gives a full and complete categorization of dwarves, from the gust-wrinkled pale Arctic dwarves to the tanned Great Riften gold dwarves, to the once enslaved Duergar, to the tall and gregarious shield dwarves, to the underdark-dwelling Urdunir, to the brilliantly adaptive and culturally rich wild dwarves living in the jungles of Cholt.
You three have been just guzzling the water recently.
Flow of the Cheonthar.
Save some for the others, all right?
Here you find a rich history of the Cheonthar River. Evidently, it flowed through half a dozen settlements, more and more springing up over time, and the picture this book evokes is one that lasts 100 years. One of barges drifting over the orange water under a burning autumn sky, and the barges smelling of casked wine, salted pork, exciting spices, less exciting spices like rosemary, which is still fragrant and nice, but altogether not terribly exciting. and children running barefoot by the banks, waving to the grinning, sweating sailors from their play among the river reeds. We may have read that before. Get the feeling. Okay, I think we're done here. Possibly.
I don't think so. That's because there's nothing here.
Oh, sorry. Almost forgot. We do have the harper pin. We better use it. Maybe there's some more goodies in here. Very good. Let's do a quick save here. And would there be enemies down there? Who knows? Just in case, we'll bring everyone. What the hell? There are orbs. Okay. I mean, we'll have a good look around.
Pay no mind to those. You're probably safe so long as I am here.
Okay.
But if you do not trust me, take the weight from the pressure plate there.
The weight from the pressure plate? Oh. Like, I guess maybe there's something underneath this? Ah. Okay. So, she said that... as long as she's there, it's going to be okay. Is that true? Are these basically traps, or...? Frosted orb.
The orb casts glyphs, familiar to the druid of ownership. Overwhelming it with the same element can often disable the enchantment.
Ah, okay, so there are multiple ways to... Hang on, did she say the same element?
Casts glyphs, familiar
yeah, okay.
to the druid of ownership. Overwhelming it with the same element can often disable the enchantment.
Better to stick close, eh?
Okay, as long as Jaheira's close by, we should be okay. You would hope. What? A badger? Postmaster badger.
The only patch of wilderness this city permits me. There ought to be supplies here to aid us.
Cool. I mean, imagine having something like this under your house. I mean, I would say the construction of the house would be a bit defective, but it'd be very nice to be able to escape here, though. Do we have speak with animal? Yes, we do. Alright, so these guys look like they're discussing something.
I bring word of gnomes! Gnomes in the sea!
Maybe they're referring to Sahuagin?
Down by the Blushing Mermaid, there's a stink of something fey. Smell of arse, too. But boss doesn't care about that.
Yeah, I mean, we've sorted that.
There's been killings in a holy place. Stinks of incense and blood.
Yeah, we've dealt with that.
The Archdruid's eyes and ears have fallen away in her absence. I'm training new ones.
Camera angle's a bit iffy here. Ooh. How did Scratch get all the way over here? Without us. I guess he just went ahead or whatever. I'll bring Jaheira with us, just in case there are any other traps that we need to look out for. Some supplies. That's not a lot of gold for the size of the chest, but... And we failed some kind of a perception check.
Watch how you go. It's a trap.
I assume there is a trap here as well. Can we bring someone else in to redo that check?
Hot foot. Place is trapped.
Okay. That's probably it.
Still alive, so that's progress.
Hang on. Was this the one that had the trap? Can I just disarm her traps, because I am a little bit worried.
Don't mind if I do.
Check out the bookcase. Again,
Do what
I
must
thought
be
that
done.
was trapped, so...
Always nice to be wanted. No rest. Be you wicked or wise.
Don't give me trouble now.
Ooh, okay, no traps, just another secret door. The Ballspawn Saga, Part 2. A popular novel, thin and cheaply made, dramatizing the adventures of the Ballspawn in Athkatla. After the defeat of Saravok Anchev, early chapters have been defaced and some even torn out. My dearest wife. Since you've forbidden the writing of poems, I had to get creative this year. I tracked down a retired Cormyrean war wizard with a magical method of transferring mental imagery to parchment. The art is imperfect, and perhaps better suited to espionage than name-day gifts. With all my love, and from a safe distance, Khalid. Beneath the notes, a small inked picture of a smiling couple. Their mouths gape far too widely, their joints twisting ever so slightly. But beneath distorted brows, you can just about make out a much younger Jaheira and a bearded man wearing a harper pin. Oh, okay. So she was married or is married? I wonder if we can talk to her about it. Same book. Volume 1. A popular novel, thin and cheaply made. Dramatizing the events of the Ballspawn crisis, Jaheira appears to have added her own annotations, variously amused and outraged at the more egregious flights of fancy. The Harpers. The Harpers are a secretive organization whose main purpose is the preservation of all things good and right in the world. They outfox evil at every turn with shrewd fighting or cunning political maneuver. And though they are not well organized, how could they be, with many members utterly ignorant of the identity of those they might claim as allies? They are united in purpose and goal. One Harper agent deployed correctly in a conflict often achieves the same result as a loosed army.
Breathe deep.
Okay. We've seen that. Have a look in here, and again, let's maybe bring Jaheira with us.
All's well that ends. Not as bad as it could have.
Just in case. Rite of the Timeless Body. A confused spread of cryptic symbols cobbled together by the same hand, seemingly over years. Neat notations impose order on the chaotic sketches, describing some manner of druidic ritual. Its purpose unclear and its practice incomplete.
Rite of the Timeless Body. What's that about? I'd best ask Jaheira.
Well, she's right here.
Speak.
Yeah, we can actually ask her about her marriage, perhaps, and her family. Why didn't you tell me about your family?
I have given you much reason to think that Harpers hoard secrets like precious stones, but I promise you, this was not some intrigue. Just, plain and simple foolishness. As if by keeping clear of my family, I might keep them clear of the cult in turn. And if this fight were to go against us, well, we had already done their mourning. Why visit it on them twice?
Do you have so little faith in our chances of victory?
No, quite the opposite, in fact. I hope to greet my family when all the fighting was done. I was wrong to think I could keep my children from this fight. They're Baldurian born and bred. The only damned reason I root myself in this place. This city is a cesspit. An open sewer of the soul that taints us with its filth and churns us out when all that is good has been stripped away. It also happens to be their home. And so it is mine. Ugh. That might be the first time I have said that out loud. Now come. We had best get to saving it. Lest Ryon turn her ire on us both.
I found a strange scroll in your sanctuary, something about a timeless body.
The threat of spanking never kept the children from poking through my things. Why should it deter you? It is a ritual, or it describes one at least, practiced by druids of certain esoteric circles. If they be learned and powerful enough, the practitioner of this ritual might slow their aging, extend their life well beyond its natural reach. It is not something you need concern yourself with. I've picked up stranger things in all my travels. Trust me.
Does that explain why she's still living even now? I mean, she is... I don't know if she's full elf. I think she's half elf, right? Because I think her facial features don't really say that she's an elf. Let's discuss this scroll of yours.
If you wish. It's, possible I was a little too quick to judge. A little too caught up in ceremony. It is a ritual, or it describes one at least, practiced by druids of certain esoteric circles. If they be learned and powerful enough,
It's the same thing,
the
though.
practitioner of this it is not something you need concern yourself with. I've picked up stranger things in all my travels. Trust me. Ask it.
I mean, the fact that she's deflecting there seems to suggest that there is something more to this. I mean, let's take a look. Ooh. Belm, 8 to 13 damage. Perfectly balanced strike. Send Belm snaking out with an adder's speed. The very exemplar of swiftness embodied in steel. Just another, like, attack that you can do as a bonus action. I do like that. And it's a scimitar, which means that this is definitely the weapon for her. And then there's something else here. Staff of the Ram. Staff of the Ram. Once per turn, the blow possibly knocks a foe back 2 meters and stuns them. This has no effect on dragons or huge creatures. But does that only apply if you hit enemies with the staff? Because if that's the case, then maybe it's not really the best. I don't know how I feel about this, guys. It's not, like, in terms of damage, anyway. It's not as good as the Sylvian scimitar. And I don't know if it's worth switching to just to get perfectly balanced. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. But let me know what you guys think, because, I mean, just in terms of comparing rarity, obviously, Belm is very rare, so, you know, you would think that you would want to be using it, but I say no. Again, I could be reading things wrong, so you guys can let me know. Let's just compare this. Staff of the Ram. So, this, I mean, damage-wise, if you were to use it as a melee weapon, sure. But would we ever be doing that? No, I don't think so. I'd probably be sticking to casting spells with Holson, and therefore the staff that he has at the moment is probably better for that. So let's send this to the camp, and
at your command.
I mean, we'll send the scimitar to the camp as well. Yeah, very strange. I mean, I'm glad that we got it, but Khalid's gift. Odd gift. While wearing Khalid's gift, Jaheira cannot be cursed. Khalid's gift. Aid. Level 3. Abjuration spell. 10 healing.
A gift from my husband. I've had to renew parts over the years, but the heart remains the same as the day he gave it to me.
I don't think we are really using this at all. I think it makes sense for her to use this just from a lore perspective, but also we could perhaps make use of aid. Heal yourself and increase your hit points maximum by 10 hit points. Yeah, so it's just a self-healing thing, but it is an action, isn't it? So yeah, but could probably be unlikely that we use this, unless maybe we use it out of combat. Let's send this to camp. And I think that's
ready and waiting. Well,
it.
Certainly waiting.
Let's head back out. I believe I saw everything.
On my way.
And we should be continuing our journey.
All right, what now? Best be on my way.
Okay, time to head back out. Do I feel like it's maybe easy enough for us to just simply portal to Baldur's Gate, or the front of Baldur's Gate. Is this the Baldur's Gate? It probably is. But I guess we only got as far as here before figuring out that this is Jaheira's house. We are going to continue down this way. I feel like we've started and ended the episode roughly in the same spot, but I think it was all worthwhile, to be honest, to learn a little bit more about Jaheira. Anyway, gonna sign out here. Hope you enjoyed this one, guys. Drop me a like down below as usual. Looking forward to those comments about some of the equipment that we've just picked up, and I'll see if I need to make some adjustments. Stay true. Bye-bye.